Yeah, every dry bone. We command you in the name of Jesus to rise again. Yeah, every dry bone rise again. I hear a sound. It is the rain of promise. There is a shift, shifting in the atmosphere. Every time, God will rise up again. Every time, dry bones are rising. Dry bones are rising. Dry bones are rising. Rising up. Hey, Ty!
What's that, Nick?
You already know what time it is. It's time for the Dr. Tom G Show.
Time to shine now, 'cause you betrayed me. Paid for my sins, now I'm carefree. No weapon against me can ever my sweet. Grace is my weakness, like Your grace and mercies brought me up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's me, your girl, Dr. Tanji, and I am so excited to be in your listening ear. You have no earthly idea. Thank you so very much for just showing up for you, man. We're broadcasting live from the beautiful country of St. Lucia, located right here in the Caribbean. So, good morning to my YouTube family. Good morning, TikTok. We back live. How about that? And in color. Good morning, Facebook. Whether you're watching on Dr. Tanji's show or Dr. Tanji's Facebook page, thank you so very much for showing up. I'm excited. I really, really am. My thing here keeps saying broadcast fail, but I know you got me, right? Okay, thank you, sir. Now, I've got to say good morning to my guy in red. I'm telling you, man, why does this guy look so young? It's like every day that I see you, you're just kind of reversing time, man. You're not getting older, you're just getting greater and better. How you doing, gentle giant?
Benjamin.
How'd you know, right? Wow, good morning, man. You look so good.
Yeah. Well, just in case you forgot,
Yeah.
I'm turning 25 tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
I'm really excited about it.
Are
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
really?
turn 25 tomorrow for the
Yeah.
next 5 years.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
down and back up for the next,
I
I'm
love
gonna do
it. Oh my God. Now, you've got something coming up. I don't know if you want to announce it to the air, but I just can't keep a secret. What's going on Saturday night?
Well, for my birthday, usually for the past few years, I've been having this birthday celebration, birthday bash,
Yeah,
as
man.
we call it here.
Yeah.
Usually some country music and some old school music as well.
Yeah, man.
And we have some
Oh
DJs
my
coming
gosh.
through, sampling. And the Grapevine, Bella Rosa and Groselay. I'm not selling this, but you can pass through. It's only $20.
For you, that's like a drop in the bucket. Come on, man. So he's telling you, I'm telling you, come out, have an amazing time, be in the company of some really great people. And God's willing and the creek don't rise. I want to come through and kind of shake a tail feather.
I definitely love to see that.
Thank you, sir. All right now. Now, if this is your first time tuning into the show, before we get to why you're here and what you can expect, I've got to say a very good, happy Monday and good morning to my babies over at the Ancillary Infant School. Thank you guys for being so obedient to your teachers and listening to the teachers and the administrators. Thank you so very, very much for showing up and giving them your all. I am so grateful to be among such a great enterprise. I look forward to serving. I really, really do. So thank you guys again. Also to Miss Kendra from Martinique, whom I met yesterday. And she's such a incredible example of professionalism and courtesy and compassion. Long story short, I had misplaced my ring that I've been waiting for 20 years to get. And I looked down and I didn't see it. And I'm thinking, okay, Daddy, all right, breathe, Tanji. You got to breathe. So we had the cab driver, the taxi driver to turn around and go back and get the ring. And she was so beautiful. And thank you, Kendra, for just being all that and a bag of chips. And to Officer Lubin Scott of the Sea Immigration, we took that ferry over to Martinique and he welcomed us back into the country. Thank you so very much, good man, for literally being kind. You know, it's stressful enough sometimes when you're traveling and to get to immigration and perhaps they had a bad night and just didn't feel like showing up this morning, but this gentleman was very, very kind. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And to my new guy over on Hot FM, what's his name? Sir Lancelot. Okay, all right, Mr. DJ. He says I was a black Barbie. I believe that. No, I'm joshing. But thank you so very much for being so kind, good man. If this is your first time tuning into the show, I need you to know that this show really is about you. It is about you doing exactly what you are supposed to be doing, rediscovering the truth about who you really are. It's about motivating you. It's about inspiring you. Hopefully we can inspire you to just get busy. Now, the show is founded on kingdom principles, and a kingdom principle is the governing influence and authority of a king over a territory, impacting it with his will, his intent, producing a citizenship of people, that's you and I, who reflects the king's culture, his nature, his values, and his morals. See, a kingdom is a country where the citizens reflect the king's lifestyle. When you think about a principle, I want you to think about the original intent of something, the hidden meaning of something. And in this case, we're talking God's law, his statutes of conducting our lives. See, these principles have some keys that unlock them. And with those keys, we have access, man, to what's already ours. And that really is the truth. What you can expect from this show is honesty, openness, and sincerity. I am not going to give you my opinion because the world does enough of that. You didn't come here for 30 minutes to hear Tanji talk about her opinions. No, man. What you're going to have is the honesty, openness, and sincerity. And I'm really, really serious about that. I want you to grow with actionable goals, okay? I got a heart for you. If you are in business, whether you're baking a cake or baking cookies or sewing curtains or whatever it is that you are doing, man, I want you to soar and thrive, all right? This show really is about you deploying yourself into his purpose for your life. Now, coming up on the show, we gonna talk about this thing, part 2 of how taming your tongue. You know, you gotta tame it because what you say could possibly be stopping your progress. We're gonna get into it right after this quick break. Ever been so challenged in life that you felt like you were all alone? Or perhaps you've had dreams that looked as if they would never come into fruition. Or maybe you've tried again only to experience failure. If you answered yes to any or all of these questions, then I've got a system that I know will help you move from where you are to where you really desire to be. Would you join me, Dr. Tanji of the Dr. Tanji Show, on Mondays and Fridays from 11 to 11:30 on KISS FM 105.9 and 105.5. It's just what the doctor ordered.
His words so merciful. He still works miracles. He does.
All right. right, let's get into it because I've got a lot of information to cover, okay? Let's give a quick recap from Friday's show. I told you that there is something so egregious that has caused us, the believer, the citizen of God's kingdom now and in the world to come, his elect lady, to suffer needlessly. And it's our inability at times to tame our tongue. I reminded you that this kingdom principle is in no way to condemn you, not to judge you, not to make you feel less than, but it is to make certain that this year, this day, this month, this season in your life, you become the work all while doing the work. I reminded you that trapped within you, us, are the steps for our blueprint to answered prayers, the strategy to access every door, every opportunity, and every promise that God has spoken over our lives. You know, promises like Mark 11 and 23, and I'll paraphrase here, where you're speaking to a mountain or your circumstances to be removed and cast into the sea. You do know that you have that power, that whatsoever you say, it shall be done unto you, right? Or promises like Proverbs 6 and 2, you are snared by the very words of your own mouth. And of course, I gave you a paraphrasing of Revelations 12 and 11 and Romans 10 and 10, where words can get you in trouble and words can deliver you. Your very words can control your destiny. That was Friday. But here's what I had to do. And I told you some things that I had to do, right? That I could not continue to blame the enemy for my bad attitude, my unbelief, nor how I would be controlled. I told you that I had to understand that I don't have to have the last word. Ouch. That's my flesh, not my spirit. I told you that I had to learn that my tongue, as small as it is quite powerful, that I could teach it, yeah, I can, to say kind and loving things by making sure my heart was right. I even told you that I had to study to be quiet so I could hear what our daddy was saying to me. And lastly, I told you that I had to learn to say words like, I'm sorry. I do apologize. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know I can do better. And I couldn't really do this effectively until I received God's own forgiveness for my life, for the sins that I committed, my iniquities, his forgiveness and forgetfulness I'm reminded of every day. So here's part 2. What happens when you, me, us do not tame our tongue? Whew, here we go. We find ourselves stuck. See, I've been there. I would get excited at the beginning of the year. I mean, I'd have a made up mind. This year, I'm going to do it. This is my year. Nothing and no one can stop me. I'm ready. And then at the hint of any opportunity to use my faith, remember here, we don't talk problems. We say opportunities to use our faith. I had to remember wherever I am, God is. And because he promised that he would never leave me nor forsake me, I had to choose to believe it. See, just because it may look like I'm not advancing, I had to learn to not speak so much of what I saw, but I had to shift my mind to what he saw for me. See, it is written that he has plans for us that haven't even entered into our hearts or our minds, what he's already prepared for us now and in the world to come. And when you speak this and it takes root, it's like planting a seed. Story time. Since I've been on the island, I've learned how to plant, all right? And my first fruit was a watermelon seed that I planted. And it was kind of by accident, but it was truly God's design. Follow me. See, trapped in this seed was a watermelon. It just needed to be in good soil. All right, you got it? I watered it. I talked to it. I said things like, ooh, wee, I'm so excited about you growing into a watermelon. Oh, I'm so grateful that you're going to survive because trapped in this seed is your destiny. I got excited, man. I did. I really, really did. And I even heard from someone who happens to be a farmer. He said, oh no, Dr. Tanji, it's not going to grow because it's not in the right soil. But little did the farmer know I had already talked to the one that knows everything, even if that seed was going to live. So I didn't focus on what he was saying. I just got excited every day because if you looked at the situation on the watermelon seed, it had fallen in the driveway between some rocks. It didn't look like it was going to make it, but sure enough, by day 50, it shot up. And by day 55, 60, it had a piece of fruit called a watermelon on it. Yes, it did too. And I got so excited. So very, very excited because I knew it was going to grow. It was just a matter of time. So I need you to make sure that you don't get stuck. Don't get stuck by what you see. Don't get stuck by the difficulties because if you are not careful, you will find yourself getting stuck. But here's a key to your being stuck. This is you not taming the tongue, all right? Speak well over your life. You are full of seeds. Believe that God has already written the plans He has for you. Believe that because He is with you, you can do all things. Believe that you will not be stuck, not in this situation, not in this circumstance, because He has caused you to not spend any more sleepless nights. Not in the relationship that has stunted your growth, not with the mindset that it's too late, you're too old, you're not good enough, nobody in your family has ever done it before. No, my friend, if you don't believe me, then just check out Jeremiah 29:11 for my scholars, okay? He has one, plans to prosper you, you're not stuck. Does not harm you, you're not stuck. Gives you hope, not stuck. Gives you a future, not stuck. Get it? Okay. When you do not tame your tongue, you'll find yourself in cycles, always speaking that you don't have enough. Up one day, next day you're down. Happy one day, the next day you're sad. And this is over and over and over. And in medicine, we call this being contraindicated. What you talking, doc? Glad you asked. See, when the doctor prescribes you an antihypertensive, that's to control your blood pressure, and then you go and get something over the counter and take it, it causes the blood pressure medicine not to work effectively. It's called being contraindicated. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing when you tell your tongue, or it says, I don't have enough. But when you believe every word that has been spoken about you, written about you in our Constitution, the Bible, you began to break the cycles of not having enough. All by speaking, I have more than enough. I have more to do. I got enough to do everything that I'm supposed to do. The greater one lives in me, and He's at work in my life. See, He promises to supply every need according to His riches and glory by Christ Jesus. What I had to learn that He's the biggest need that I'll ever have in my life. Selah. And I promise you it works. You will discover that which you had going on in your life called cycles has no more power nor authority in your life. And I'm real serious about this. But here's the key. Act like you know it. And you do this by speaking well of God's faithfulness towards your life. Remembering that He is the rock and that His works are perfect and all His ways are just. That He is a faithful God who does no wrong. Upright and just is he. That's Deuteronomy 32:4 for my scholars. Acting like you know it will cause you to depend on God for everything. It keeps you, it keeps me, it keeps us from these cycles when we cast every care upon him. It reminds us that he is for us, so no cycles, no chains, none of the formed weapons can advance and take us out. Every tongue that rises against us in judgment, they will be proved. That's written. It really is. And the third highlight of how not taming your tongue could very well be stopping your progress is you'll find yourself worrying and doubting and becoming depressed and feeling periods of hopelessness. And I could go on and on. But when you speak God's word, hide it in your heart and rehearse it in your mind over and over and over. It begins to shift what you see and what you say. You'll find yourself saying things like, I shall have whatsoever I say because my daddy said so. I'm paraphrasing from Mark 11:24. See, here's the key to that highlighted principle. Make up your mind to choose what you will focus on. Some call it mindfulness. I call it my survival kit. I really do. And I'm really serious. See, every day that I get up, I got to fight the good fight of faith. I choose to be happy, not depending on my circumstance. I choose to experience his joy because it's forevermore. I don't care who tells me that I don't have enough. I focus on what my daddy has said. He said he got the cattle on 1,000 hills. That's what he said. And what that means to me, that everything belongs to him. And if it belongs to him, why should I worry? Why should I speak doubt? Why? When he owns everything. See, what I've learned is my situation is subject to change suddenly and immediately. And that is the truth. So on this day, this one right here, you have all that you need to accomplish every goal. You got all that you need to accomplish every dream, every desire. He has well equipped you. You are uberly successful. You very wealthy. Yeah, you are. You are not going in cycles. You have the true riches. You are not stuck. And my beloved and my friend, you are not depressed. You are not oppressed. You are no longer operating in doubt, no longer plagued with anxiety. No, baby, that ain't you. All because of the finished work on the cross. That work has made you already complete. So you don't need anyone to complete you in that. You already complete. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You're already been made whole because that's what his word says. So you all that and so much more. Join me, 450-5477. You can call into the studio, or if you like my girl Maggie, if she's listening, she uses her thumbs on WhatsApp, 758-450-5477. But before you get there, I'm going to ask you, dude. It's your birthday week, baby. I can pick at you. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt or ever seen for yourself that if you speak what you see, you get more of what you see. But if you speak what you know, you're going to get more of what you know. Have you ever witnessed that?
If you speak what you
See? Especially if it's not lining up with where you're supposed to be, you're going to get more of it. Right? Yeah. But if you speak what you know, I know I'm bigger than this. I know God's got me. You just find yourself, have you ever found yourself just leaping over or running through or just being carried, by him? Have you ever witnessed that?
I think I probably have.
Oh man, of course you have.
You say when you speak what you know.
Yeah.
It's a greater feeling because
it is.
this is just something that is meant to be. It is,
Right.
exactly. So there can be no other.
No other.
Because this is going to happen.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I know, say that that's, Magdalena is going to send a message.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be there.
Okay, I'll let you get that one. Good one, Gentle Giant. Very good. But I get it, though. I really do. Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll go ahead with that message.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Marvelous Monday to you guys. The book
Good
of
morning.
James describes the tongue as world of fire. One little spark can light up a whole forest. You see, words spoken, we're slave to. Words unspoken, we're a master of.
Come on.
Proverbs 12:18 states that the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the words of the wise brings healing.
Yeah, man.
We have to be mindful of our words as we can't take them back. The damage has been done.
Yep.
Our tongues can block our blessings, and not just ours, but that of even our family and friends, everyone that we come into contact with. It's probably time to reflect on why we're stuck and not moving forward, why things aren't happening and going in the right direction. Check our tongues, the many negative things that we have prophesied over our lives, and not just ours, but others as well. What we speak, we manifest. We need to speak life and not death. Have a great week.
Oh, you did that one, Mac. Right on point. You're absolutely correct. Mundo. I was just going through something that caused me to use my faith, opportunities to use my faith, and it just looked like it was not going to happen. I'm like, okay, Daddy, I know you said this cometh by fasting and praying. So, of course, he calls me to a fast, and I'm fasting and I'm praying and I'm believing God, but I'm not begging him. I'm thanking him, because at some point I had to choose. He's already done it. I don't care what that bank account looked like. I don't care what it says. I believe God. And sure enough, you got to hear me on this. I get a call the other morning, and my daughter was excited, right? She knew it had already happened in the spirit, because that's where her mama hangs out at. But she saw it for herself. And when she saw it, she was like, Ma, how did you get here? And I said, whatever do you mean? I've got to go out and feed the birds. Why are you bothering me with this? No. But she said, I don't understand your faith. And I told her, but it was a process. It didn't happen overnight. I had chance after chance after chance to see God do it. And I got to the point where I just didn't want to beg him for it anymore. I just wanted to believe for it. But what I found myself in my early stages was, yes, I'd pray about it. Yes, I'd shout about it and receive it, but I wouldn't do anything. And you do understand that faith without works really is dead. I can have all the faith, but if I have no works, come on. And that's where I was. But at some point in your life, you just, like my mama said, you just get tired of being tired, Pootie. And when you get tired, you're going to do something about it. So I asked him to make me over. Let me see what this kingdom looks like. Teach me how to operate in this kingdom. Days when there are days when I show up and it do look like nothing is going right. But the fact of the matter, the truth of the matter is that he said I won in everything. So I'm saying to you, if you're finding yourself this 20th day of this new year stuck and feeling like you're in cycles and feeling like you don't have enough, that's not the truth. It's not. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, that means your change has come. I'm just here to remind you of who he is and the position that you have to do. Your heart, man, it's a heart matter. Everything that you desire to see, he says, place it in your heart. And that's what I'm asking you. You got this. And what is this? This is everything that you believed for, everything that you prayed for, you sacrificed for, you gave up for. You got this. You already win. So get up, dust yourself off, wash your face, brush your teeth, brush your hair, and let's go into life being the winners that we are. We are more. Baby, we more than an overcomer. I don't care what it looked like. I'm telling you what I know. Act like you know it. Act like you know he is. He is bigger than your problem. Don't shout up to him how big your problem is. Tell your problem how big your God is. And move into that direction. You'll see yourself, you'll see your life not the same. Folks start to tell you, you sure acting different. Tell them I know, right? Because you are. You really, really are. Created in his image and after his own likeness, meaning you got characteristics and functionality like our God. And that really is the truth, Ruth. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being the best part of my life. Thank you for allowing me to literally express and tell you how good and how perfect and how kind our Creator really is. Until next time, the Lord said the same and the creek don't rise. We're going to do this thing called life yet again right here on Kiss FM 105.9 and 105.5. Bye.